Alrighty, let's go. Funnels on fire! Who's here for this? Hell to the yes. Hello, my name is Sarah Cordiner, and today I'm going to be taking you through around the next hour or so how to create your own amazing, fancy funnels that should create you a growing email database, which is an asset in your business, and paying customers. We all run businesses, and the main goal of a business should be able to deliver what you do effectively and efficiently and profitably as possible. And funnels is one of the fundamental elements in your business to make that happen. So I'm going to be taking you through today how to actually create a funnel, what even is a funnel in the first place, and how do you actually make one. I'm going to be sharing my screen with you today. I'm going to be taking you through the process of actually setting up a whole entire 3-step funnel. I'm going to show you what the differences are in a funnel if you're giving something away for free, and the difference between giving away a product or an offer that you're charging for so that you can make money, create an amazing customer experience. And I'm even going to throw in a demo on how you can then follow up your process of fulfilling whatever it is that person's opted into or has bought from you, so that the delivery of the thing is as automated as possible, because you want your business to look slick, feel schmick, be totally profesh, and to reduce the administration on your side as far as possible. Who's excited? I'm excited. Now, as always, those of you who are here live, you get the benefit to ask questions. So please do make sure that if you are here live, you've got questions, drop them in the chat. I will occasionally look back at the screen. Now, FYI, I have 2 screens, and you guys watching are actually over there. So when you see me look this way, it's going to look a little bit strange. That's because I can only see the people who are on the live call by looking in this direction right now. So if you see that happen, what is she looking at? I'm looking at you and I'm looking over there. Fantastic. Now, I'm going to be taking you through the process of setting up a funnel. I'm going to be doing my demonstrations on a platform called Techmatics. It's an all-in-one business platform and CRM. However, everything I'm going to be teaching you today is absolutely applicable on any software platform. So obviously, there's a million different tools out there. Techmatics is the best, just saying. However, you can apply this everywhere. I cannot possibly do this demo on every single platform, but any funnel building platform has these same principles that I'm going to be teaching you in mind. Are we good to go? Of course we are. So let's start funnels on fire, baby. We're going to be taking you through the whole process today for making a funnel. And if you follow along with this, you will have your own funnels published by the end. Now, I actually do recommend that the first time watching this, you just watch the demo and then go back and watch the replay of this, which absolutely will be available to you on the same link you're watching it on right now, to then go and follow through by being able to pause and follow along the second time you watch it. Now, this is a new skill for those of you who've never made funnels before. This is going to feel a little bit scary. It's going to feel a bit overwhelming. It's going to feel like a new language, because it's something that's new for you. So please make sure that you give yourself a little bit of grace if this feels scary and overwhelming. You can do this. You are capable of learning. And I want you to know that it is absolutely possible for you to learn and acquire this skill, just like you've learned and acquired lots of other skills. Talking of skills, who on earth am I to be able to teach you this? I've been running tech and helping people implement their tech for over a decade. And I have specialized in setting people up in their tech on a range of different platforms. Everything from ClickFunnels, Thinkific, Kajabi, ActiveCampaign, you name it. I've been in there. I've been up the skirt of it. I've learned them all inside out. And now I own Techmatics, which is an all-in-one platform built on the high-level platform. If any of you heard of it, if you haven't, you will at some point. We are basically at Techmatics high-level on steroids. We've used an incredibly solid, reliable, reputable base as our base software, and we've added on lots of different features, APIs. We've pre-built loads of workflows, templates, and funnels, some of which you're going to see today. And we also have our own in-house support team so that you have 24-hour support that goes with it, among lots of other amazing benefits. I know what I'm doing. I've been in tech for a long time. You're safe with me. Don't panic. So would love you to share in the chat what you are most hoping to get from this session, just as you're coming in and listening to today's session. But let's get stuck in first of all. We're talking about funnels today, but for some people, this is new, and I want to just acknowledge that. And I want to first of all explain what the difference is between websites, web pages, and funnels. What on earth are all of these different things? A lot of people hear this language. You hear things like opt-in page, sales page, landing page, right? Web page. Who's heard of all those? What do they mean? What's the difference? And how is that different to websites? And how does then funnels fit into all of this jargon? It's a lot, right? So let's first of all just get our heads around what all of these different things mean. In the interweb world, on the web, we have what are called web pages. Now, web pages are just purely a page on the internet that has its own unique URL, yourwebsite.com/something, all right, that has information or stuff on the page. So let's think of the most common types of pages, web pages that we may have heard of in our lives. For instance, if you go to anyone's website, all websites will have what's called a home page. That is quite simply the initial page that you land on when you go to somebody's website. It's a page that usually contains a bunch of generic information about that business. On a website, you may also have something like a contact page. It's just a page on the internet, usually someone's website.com/contact, that contains contact information on it. You may also have, for instance, a services page, which is just a page on the internet, usually something like yourwebsite.com/services, that contains information about the services of that business. You get the point, right? So a web page is simply a unique standalone page on the internet that has its own URL and stuff on the page. And the word or the name that we give that page usually just refers to the function of that page or the kind of information on it. Contact page, contact information. Services page, services information. Courses page, courses information. Get it? Get it. Got it. Okay, so how does this then expand out a bit further? We've heard of things like opt-in pages, landing pages, sales pages. What's the difference between all of those guys? I'm glad you asked. Because an opt-in page is simply a page on the internet with its own URL that contains information whereby people can opt in to something, usually giving their email address to you to get something for free. An opt-in page is usually describing information on that page where somebody is opting in to your contact list. They're giving you their contact details. A sales page is literally, again, a page on the internet that has its own URL that is selling something. A sales page is just selling something that's for sale. A landing page is exactly the same. It's just another word of saying an independent page on the internet with its own URL that you're sending people to, that they click a button on the internet and boom, they land on this page. So with those different things in mind, we have web pages, independent pages on the internet with their own URL, named based on what information's on it. So what's a website? Glad you asked. A website is simply a collection of landing pages or sales pages or opt-in pages. It's a collection of pages on the internet that have been collectively placed together in an organized way with a navigation menu at the top so that people can easily find each of those pages that website owner wants you to easily be able to find and search through. That's all a website is, a collection of independent pages. So then what's a funnel? All a funnel is a collection of web pages that have been put together in a specific order. They're just independent web pages where the person who is publishing them has decided, I want you to see this page first, and then this page, and then this page. Oh, does that make sense? Is that making sense for people? Who's had a little bit of an aha moment there? It's amazing how often we hear this language, but very little of the time is it actually explained. So today we're going to be focusing on creating the funnel. We're going to create a selection of pages, and we're simply going to pop them in a certain order and present them to our market in a way by which they are funneled, pushed through a very specific journey that we have crafted for them based on what they click on or opt into. So, with that in mind, let's have a look at the most common type of funnel. This is known in the industry as a 3-step funnel. A 3-step funnel is a very common, the most typical, the most usual kind of funnel that anyone selling anything online is going to be creating. And in a 3-step funnel, if you're selling something, it usually would look something like this. Page number 1 is a web page on the internet that's selling something. So it's a sales page. And on that sales page, it's going to be yourwebsite.com/the thing you're selling. And it's just going to simply sell that product, that service, that offer, that thing that you're putting out to the world, with its whole purpose being to convince somebody to buy. Now, hopefully, on that step 1 of the 3-step funnel, they're going to go, "Oh, that sounds amazing. I would like to buy that." So they press the buy button. What happens when they press the buy button? Donk. They move to step 2, which is an independent page on the internet that you've simply told the system, now send them to this page. The second page in a 3-step buying funnel is usually the checkout, where that person can now input their credit card details to buy your thing. That's all it is, yourwebsite.com/checkout, an independent page with a checkout element on there. Nice. So what happens when they press buy in the checkout page? The credit card payment is processed. Hopefully the money goes straight into your bank account, but the submission of that payment will then send them to the 3rd step of your 3-step funnel, which should be something like a thank you page or a confirmation page. And all that is a page on the internet that will simply confirm and reassure that buyer that their payment was successful and how to access the thing that they've purchased. Now, this is where funnels can get even more exciting. There is no limit to the number of steps that you can put in a funnel. So I've just explained there what a 3-step funnel would look like. But many of you may have seen in the marketing world a process whereby when you buy something, you can also then be encouraged to buy something else. So instead of the thank you page on that 3rd step, you can go in and add another page on the internet called an upsell page. It's an independent page on the internet, and it will say, "Woohoo, thank you for your purchase. Now, how would you like to supercharge that with this other thing?" And you sell them something else, and they go, "Okay, yes, please." They click the button, and it will take them to another checkout step where they can buy that thing again, another thing again. And that would then trigger another funnel step, which is another thank you page or another upsell. This can go on and on. There is no rule or no set of laws around how you can design a funnel and how many steps that your funnel could have. And in fact, if any of you have ever heard of, I guess, the funnel granddaddy, Russell Brunson, he is the owner of ClickFunnels. He started this trend more than a decade ago, whereby using funnels to increasingly add on people's purchasing. He, I believe, went as far as testing out how far you could do upsell steps for. And I think he got as far as 22 steps, if my recollections correct. He actually had upsells for up to 22 steps that people were going through and buying all the way through, which is absolutely amazing and definitely more complex than I would set up, but I find that pretty interesting. So here's what a typical 3-step funnel would look like. Here's an example of it in action for a free thing. So we've just shown you an example of what it takes to buy something. Every single person watching this workshop right now has actually been through a funnel in order to sign up for this workshop. So an example here is I have an opt-in page. It's a page on the internet that is promoting a particular workshop, and it has an opt-in box, a form, an opt-in form where they can get the thing for free, register for free, get it now for free, whatever it is that you're offering for free, some kind of lead magnet, whatever it might be. They press submit on the free thing, and now it's taken us to step 2. And step 2 is basically the thank you confirmation page. And in this instance, because it was a thing for free, I've actually added the delivery of the workshop recording. So here's the difference between when we have a paid funnel and a free funnel. A free thing funnel, an opt-in funnel, is when you're predominantly using a funnel to collect people's email addresses in exchange for giving them some kind of freebie. Now, the difference between a paid thing and a free thing is that obviously with a free thing, you're not going to have the checkout step because nobody's buying anything. So the only difference is that we remove step 2, which is the checkout step. All it is simply the page, the opt-in page that's saying, here's why you should give me your email address. And then it takes them straight to the thank you page to confirm that they have opted in successfully. You either then deliver the free thing via email, which I'm going to show you how to do today, or like me, in the case of it being a free workshop, I literally embedded the free workshop on the thank you page so that they got it straight away, immediately in front of their face, and also by email as well. Woo! We just did a degree in funnels right there. Is that helpful already? We haven't even got started yet. So now with the free things still in mind here, what we have on that front page is we have what's called an opt-in form. A form needs to be created behind the scenes to be able to collect that person's email address if we're not collecting it in a checkout. If you're using a funnel to sell something for something that's paid, you collect their email address at the checkout stage. So this is the only difference between a free thing and a paid thing. Collect the email and the contact details at the checkout stage. If it's a paid thing, you collect their email address on the front page via a form, and you follow up in either ways in the same method. Okay, this is still going to feel overwhelming for a while. Stick with me. Okay, we're just introducing the topic right now. So broken down in a slightly different way as a summary then, for a free thing or a paid thing, is you're always going to have the opt-in page, which is usually a word we use for something that's free, or the sales page, which is the page wording we use for something that's for sale. Either way, on that page, you either have the opt-in form or the buy button, which is what triggers to then either send them to the opt-in form or the checkout, and then them completing the opt-in or completing the checkout process then sends them through to triggering off what we call a workflow, which is what delivers the thing that they have opted into or purchased from you. And we're going to walk through this whole process today. How exciting. Okay, let's keep going, my friends. Let's keep going. As you can see here on my screen, there is a visual of the free thing. You can either put the opt-in form right on the front page of the opt-in page, or you can make the form a second step. Up to you what you choose to do, but just letting you know you can choose to do either. Now, I'm going to take you through the process of doing it today for a paid thing because I want you all to make money. I want all of you to make some money. And even if people don't follow through with your purchase, we can still use this to collect email addresses because some people will only put their email address in at the beginning and then abandon the cart. So you're collecting the email address even if you're not making the sale, and you can use further automations to then follow up with people who didn't buy. I'm going to explain that today as well, which is very exciting. But essentially, taking a step back now, I'm going to just go to a paid thing. We're going to go through, and today I'm going to show you the demo of the sales page, the checkout page, and the thank you page for a paid thing. And I'm going to show you how you make this work behind the scenes. Here's something else that needs to happen behind the scenes. If you are giving a product or selling a product that is, for instance, a digital product, a digital file, maybe you're going to be doing a webinar or an online workshop. If there's some kind of resource that needs to be made available, maybe you're selling a service. And as part of that service, maybe there's going to be things like an onboarding form that they have to fill in. Maybe you're going to be super organized and give them something like a welcome video that's going to walk them through what happens next in this service or this project. But either way, When you're selling something online, you usually need a place where whatever it is you're going to give them is going to live. For instance, I'll give you some examples. If you're selling a coaching program or an online course or a book or a digital file or resource, you're going to need to put that stuff somewhere that they can then access it immediately after they've purchased it. And you want to make that automated. So one of the steps in setting all of this up is that after we've created our funnel, we then need to actually go in and create the placeholder for where that thing is going to live so that it can be accessed by your buyer after their purchase. And this works just as well and still needs to be done even if you're pre-selling something. So maybe you're running an event that's not happening for another 3 months. Maybe you are selling, like I said, a service that doesn't necessarily have anything in this placeholder, but might be the beautiful placeholder for the onboarding of that service to live. You're going to need to create the placeholder. I'm going to be showing you that in a second as well. And then finally, we talked about this workflow that we create then behind the scenes. We're going to create the funnel, we're going to create the placeholder, and then we're going to create the automation that delivers it and does the admin and provides the access to that thing that the person has bought. Are we following? We're following. Those are the main steps for putting all of this tech together. I've even put this in a little bit of text for you as well. Now, FYI, those of you on this workshop are going to get a copy of these slides as well. So your slides are your guides. If you want to take photographs with your phone, you absolutely can. But the recording portal will have a copy of these slides so that you can go back to this later. You can get your team, your virtual assistants, your staff to come in and follow these instructions as well. We do have this written down. We're going to create our funnel, our placeholder, and our workflow. So let's start from step one. The first thing we've got to do is go and create that sales page, because if we can't convince people how brilliant our thing is, whether it's free or paid, they're not going to buy it. All right. So we need to, first of all, get that process up and running. Now, let's talk about sales pages. This is a really important part, and a part that a lot of people underestimate. And no matter how good your product is, if you haven't got your sales page copy right, you will not get sales. And I have seen so many people come to me with the most incredible products, courses, offers, services in the world. And they say, I'm not making any sales. It usually takes one glance at the sales page to see why. Often we are so immersed in our thing, in our product, and in knowing how valuable and amazing and life-changing it can be for our customers, that we actually forget how to explain it to somebody who doesn't know what's in it. We forget how to word it to the right people and in a way that makes them want to buy. There is a very important process behind explaining something for sale. You must meet what's called the psychoanalytics of sales, which shows people why they need to buy your offer, that takes them through the actual outcomes of what your thing is offering. Now, you'll be pleased to know that no longer do you need to have a degree in copywriting or pay very expensive people like me to write your sales copy for you. Although I do that for people in my Get It Done days. I have made for you, are you ready? An actual sales page creator bot that I have programmed in ChatGPT with my actual process for crafting a high converting sales page. Now, did you know, so those of you watching this right now on the screen, please grab your phone, scan the QR code. It's going to take you to my ChatGPT bot, and you can now pin and save this bot in your ChatGPT dashboard so that you can use this from today forevermore to create all of your sales pages for anything you ever sell from this point onwards. You're welcome. Did you know that sales pages today for online sales on average convert between 1% to 3% conversion rate? What this means is if 100 people look at your page, only 1 to 3 people will actually buy. Oh, ouch. That is hard. That's hard. So we need to work really hard to make sure these sales pages convert. Now, FYI, I've been doing this for 20 years. My sales pages convert on average at 44%. 44%. And I am giving you for free my sales page creator bot that is programmed with the structure to aim to hit those conversion rates. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Who's excited? Are you excited? I love it. So you're going to scan this. Now, what this bot will do, let's open it up and show you, shall we? Let's open it up and show you. This is going to simply write your sales page copy for you. What are we going to sell? I don't know. Let's sell something. I am selling a course on how to, I don't know, make a funnel. How to make a funnel. Boom. Just tell it. And it's going to ask you those questions. It's going to say, who is it for? When is it? How long is it? How big is it? You don't have to like give it tons of information. Oh, it even knows me and knows what I've got. So it's going to give you some information. It's going to give you some help and some guidance. It's going to ask you a few questions. Give it some information, but it will also help craft it for you. So even if you don't know what your thing is or exactly what it's going to look like, it's actually going to start structuring the offer for you too. And then you can keep chatting with it and it's going to write the copy for you, which is very exciting. So this has given me loads of ideas and I'm just going to say, yes, please write the sales page. It will give me all the copy. Please copy and paste it into your own Google Drive or Google Doc, because you want to be able to edit it, first of all, to word around your wording, to speak a bit more like you. You're going to need to tweak it in some way. It's never going to come out absolutely perfect. I always edit my work in Google Docs because it auto saves. I've always got a backup, never going to lose it. All right, it's just a great place to edit your work and have it always backed up. So go and edit it. And then once you've edited it, we're going to move on to the next stage of actually starting to build that page itself. Building pages. Are we going to do that today? Yes, we are. And guess what? If you're using Techmatics, I've built it for you. If you use the Techmatics platform or you join the Techmatics platform, this sales page template and the whole 3-step funnel that is my actual structure that converts at 44% on average is yours for free in your account. You're welcome. Oh, it's good here, isn't it? I'm excited. She loves it. It's amazing. How do you find it? Okay, glad you asked. You're going to log into your Techmatics account. And if you don't have a Techmatics account yet, you can get a free trial. If you want to go and jump on techmatics.com, grab a free trial. You can come in and have a play with this completely and utterly. Just give it a go. You can cancel your account at any time. There's no lock-in contracts here, okay? You can come in, have a play. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Off you go. You're going to want to stay, I promise. You go into websites and funnels. Let's make this a bit bigger for you. Websites and funnels. Make sure you click on the funnels section. And inside the funnels section, in the search bar, type in the word business. Inside here, you will find a folder called the Business Automation Bootcamp sales page. Please click on that. And you will open up a funnel building area of a 3-step funnel of my exact template that you can now completely edit as your own in your own branding. And it's even going to connect to your own domain. Guess what? When you join Techmatics, you get a free onboarding call and the grown-up Techsperts will help you do that all-important domain connection. Now, if you're already in Techmatics, you've already had that onboarding call, you can hire our Techsperts by the hour. If you just want to jump on a call for an hour, it's only $50. They can actually go in and help you do all of this for up to 60 minutes at a time, okay? So just want to let you know. Now, let me explain the screen that you see here. Any of you have used ClickFunnels or any other funnel building software, this is going to look very familiar to you. But let me explain what you see here for those of you who this is completely new to. Remember when we looked at our funnel builder over here, we looked at our steps, our 3 steps. We have a sales page, the checkout page, and the thank you page. Yeah? Inside the builder, it simply goes down instead of sideways. You will see here in our funnel steps that we have the sales page, the checkout page, and the thank you page. They are the 3 independent web pages that we've told the system this is the order we want them to go in. Guess what? You can keep adding as many steps to this as you want, and you can drag and drop and move them in the order you want them to go in. So this is all what a funnel builder looks like behind the scenes. Now we're going to start with our sales page that you've created the copy for using your sales page creator bot. You're welcome. Click on the sales page. And as you will see over here, when we follow this white line, the sales page line, in this building area, we have got, first of all, the actual template page that we can go and edit in a moment by pressing edit. But we also have some other features and functions. First of all, we've got the publishing section. So in the sales page, this is where you would change the name to the name of your thing. So for instance, if this was my Funnels on Fire workshop sales page, I would call that Funnels on Fire workshop. And the URL is the URL I want this to be. So we have to understand that it's our domain's already going to automatically connect to this. So it'd be mywebsite.com / what do you want the / to be? So I would usually keep this ideally to one word if you can. Why? Because it's easier to remember. I would call this something like mywebsite.com / funnels workshop, or funnels on its own, whatever you want it to be, but keep it simple. That's where you change that. But at the moment, we're just literally going to click on the overview section, press edit, and it's now going to open up our page builder. Now, again, if any of you used any page builders anywhere in any platforms, any theme builder in WordPress, Wix, ClickFunnels, any other platform in the world, this all applies the same. Pretty much all of them today are what's called drag and drop. So this means that you just drag and drop any element that you want on your page to change it or edit it. You can change the background colors, you can change the colors to images, you can add in sections, you can add in columns, you can add in rows, you can change the font, you can add your own logos, you can do whatever you want to this page. Now in Techmatics, on the top left-hand side, there is a plus button. When you hover over it, it says press add elements. This is where you'll see under elements, where you have really simple drag and drop elements. So for instance, if I wanted to add a big headline, I can drag it and drop it and boom, there's my headline. Okay, in fact, that one there is coming over in black. I'm just going to make it white for you. Boom, we've got a headline. If I wanted to add in an image, for instance, I can go and find the image button, drag and drop an image, and boom, I can simply upload my image right here inside the dashboard. Okay. If I wanted to add a video, I can drag, drop, and the video element applies. Whatever you click on over here, you edit on the right-hand side. So where's the video type? You can embed a YouTube video. You can even upload your own videos onto this platform directly. Now, when it comes to a sales page, here's a tip, guys. When I am sharing workshop videos or training videos, I will usually embed a YouTube video. Why? Because it's giving my YouTube hits at the same time. However, if this is a sales page, do not use a YouTube video. Why? Because YouTube will run ads on your video. And the last thing you want on your sales page, where you have an intimate amount of time to capture someone's attention, you don't want their attention spent watching an ad for your competitor's business. So for the love of all that's holy, when it's a sales page, when you're selling or promoting something, please choose hosted video, which means you can now upload your video right here into your Techmatics account so that it's purely that video that plays only, with no ads that go over the top of it. All right, these are tips and tricks of the trade that only an expert's ever going to tell you, because we had to learn it the hard way. So there's lots of different elements that you can drag and drop over here. We've even got countdown timers. So let's pretend that this is an upcoming webinar, for example. This is where I could go in and I can add in a countdown timer. You can change the colors. You can change the way that it looks. You can choose the date and the time that thing runs out. You get the point. I've got a countdown timer on there now. But essentially, you can drag and drop anything you want into this page. But what you're going to do now is you're simply going to go in here and you're going to change your page first by just adding your copy. Now, of course, it's not going to exactly match the way that your copy's been produced. However, this page has been built to the same structure that sales page creator bot has been designed to present your information, meaning you're going to be given a major headline with a 1-sentence summary. You're going to be given a little bit of pain that your audience are likely feeling. So there will be a pain section somewhere. You will also have a solution section. Here's the result. Here's the dream outcome. Here's the lifetime reward of taking this step or making this change in your life. And here's the outcomes. Here's what you're going to get. Here's what you're going to do. Here's some bonuses if you sign up now. You might have a client testimonial section. You're going to have a little bit about you and your story and why this thing's so important to you and why you're in this business. Really connect with them. And then, of course, your credentials, your bragging rights. Why should they be learning from you? Why you're the best person for this job. And of course, a frequently asked questions section. So these elements that you see on here are the absolutely critical, non-negotiable, must-have elements on a high converting sales page. I've done it for you. If you're using my sales page creator bot, if you're using the templates I've built for you inside Techmatics, you have the highest possibility possible of increasing your conversions to the highest possible chance of getting them. Of course, if you book a call with me as well, I can help you make sure it's polished up even more. But all you're going to do in this step now is, before you worry about design, I recommend you just start copying and pasting your content over. Copy and paste the copy first. Once you've got the text over, then start playing with design. How do you do that? You can go in and start changing all of your fonts. Okay, so quite simply, anything that you click on, you can edit right there in that space on the screen. So when I say you don't need to be techie to do this, you really don't, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All you have to do is start typing what you want on there. If you want to change the font, highlight the font, you can change the font. Guess what? In Techmatics, you can also upload custom fonts. So if you've got a brand style that you want to stick with and stick to, you can upload your own fonts to the platform as well. Just like you can with any Word document, you can highlight stuff, bold stuff, change the colors of stuff. You can upload your own personal brand colors to your brand dashboard inside here. And you can do all your hyperlink clicking and anything else that you want to do. Now, here's another cool little thing you can do is, it doesn't work so much well on a sales page, but on thank you pages where you've already got someone's contact details, you can even personalize the page with their name. Let me just show you here. When I clicked on this, we had the opportunity here to add this thing called a custom field. It looks like a little box with a cursor over it. I know it's very small on your screen, but when you click on this custom fields element, you can actually go down and press on the contact's first name. You'll get this funny bit of code that shows here. But what this will do is, if your system knows that person, i.e. if that person viewing this page is a contact in your Techmatics account, i.e. they've opted into something, therefore this is great on a thank you page, it will actually say their name. So on a lot of my thank you pages, I actually add this field. So it will say, congratulations, first name. Woohoo! How good is that? Just throwing in some extra little bonuses for you right there. So there you go. Now, if I want to change the background color, obviously I've got really ugly plain colors in here at the moment. I click on the area I want to edit. Oh, look, over on the right-hand side, there's that purple. I can change that to whatever color I like. Now, by the way, you can press the drop down, choose custom colors, and you can add all of your own brand colors in here as well. So if you've got any hex codes you want to be using to keep your brand consistent, you simply add that to your little color palette here and to your brand palette board in your settings, and you'll have your easy to click brand colors there as well. Now, if I wanted to make this background an image instead of a color, I would actually change the color to just transparent, okay, and instead add an image. So I'm just going to pick something ugly and random right now, but that's an image that I've now put up behind it. So I could choose any image I want and have an image going up behind it. Now I'm just going to delete that because we don't want that in there, and I'm going to change the background color back to something else. Okay, change the colors. Here's a button. If I want to edit the button, you click on the button. Oh, look, I can change the background color of the button to whatever color I want. I can also change the text on the button. Scroll down, text options. Here is the text that I can edit. So get it now free. I could say join now or enroll now or buy now, whatever you want it to be. And here is the next important part. I'm going to make this big so you can see this. What's really important with buttons and funnels, but buttons on any page, but especially on funnels, is you need to make sure you have selected the button action. i.e., what happens when someone presses that button. It's really important in your funnel that it is the next step. So remember, in our funnel, we had step 1's the sales page, step 2 is the checkout, and step 3 is the thank you. So on this sales page, we want to make sure that we're sending them to the next step in the funnel. They've pressed buy now, so we're sending them to the next step, which is the checkout. That's how easy it is to send someone from step 1 to step 2. That is how you move someone through a funnel. That's it. You just say to the system, send them to the next step when they click this. How easy is that? You can do that, can't you? Oh my gosh. When I learned that this is how simple it was to create a funnel, I was sick in my stomach at the money I'd paid people to create funnels for me before, who made out that it was so complicated and so scary and so techy. Wow. Wow. You can all press next step. So you're going to keep copy and pasting your content over, changing your colors and your font to how you want it to look. And you're going to just delete any sections you don't want in here. When you hover over anything, you get the delete button. If you made a whoopsie, you can press the undo button. And please make sure you keep pressing save. Okay, keep pressing save all the time. Oh, look, there's another buy now button. Let's double check. We need to click on it. Scroll down the button settings. Make sure that we've got the right call to action, and that the button action is next step in the funnel. Send them to the next step. How exciting. So let's say that we've done that. We've made our page look beautiful. We've added in everything we want to add in. Lovely jubbly. We've pressed save on our thing. Now, the first time you press save, or at multiple points actually inside this system, you will then have this funny thing pop up called SEO metadata. What is SEO metadata? Sounds a bit complicated, doesn't it? No. All this is helping Google find your page, helping Google search engines and now AI models to find your page. What's it about? What's on this page? So you're going to simply go here and change the title to what your thing is, i.e. Sarah Cordiner's Funnels on Fire workshop. Or Funnels on Fire workshop. What this is, guys, when we say SEO metadata, this is what comes up on Google. So how to go fishing, for instance, okay? What this metadata is, you see here when we've done a search, we have a title that shows up. We have a little bit of a description of text that shows up. And we have an image that shows up. This is the SEO metadata. So where we have the title, the description, and the image, all we're doing in this SEO metadata here, the title, the description, and the image. That's all you're going to do. Title, description. Keywords are what words would people type into Google or now AI search engines to find this page. Guess what? You can get ChatGPT to help you. I always give ChatGPT the copy from my sales page and say, please now write the meta SEO description for this page, including keywords, and it will give it to you. So you don't even have to guess anymore. How do you make the image? In Canva, just in Canva. All right. All I have in here is something that will simply show up like that. Here's an example, a little workshop image that will, when someone searches for this on Google, provide a little image here. Please make sure that it's the shape of a rectangle image. In Canva, I tend to use the YouTube thumbnail template sizing, but make sure that your text fits within inside a square, because as you can see on Google, it shows the square crop of that image. If you're sharing this link on social media, it tends to share the rectangular crop image. I know it's a bit backwards way around, but that's just the way it works. But of course, you can go and change this and update it at any time you like. Nothing's permanent. Everything's updatable. Very exciting. Cool. So let's just refresh where we're at. Woo! How you feeling? How you feeling? I love it. We have now created the copy for our sales page using proper professional psychoanalytics of buying. We've now created the sales page using the template I've provided for you that's also been designed to meet the psychoanalytics of buying. Now we need to go and create step 2 in our 3-step funnel, which is the checkout. So how do we do that? I just press back. And as you can see here, we were on the sales page. Now we're going to click on checkout. Woo, how exciting. Press edit because we're going to edit our checkout page. And this one's pretty simple. There's not a lot of edits you're going to need to make on here. Remember, they've already been through the sales page. They clicked buy, and now they've been sent to this checkout page. So guys, this really should be nothing more than the checkout. Do not go adding more stuff, more sales copy. They've already decided they want to buy. So simply just check that the background's the color you want it to be, that you've got your logo in there, that you've got your name of your offer, and just a couple of bullet points to reassure your customer of what they're purchasing. I usually also add the price here as well, just so that people can be absolutely sure of what it is that they're purchasing. And being, guys, that you're on the internet, you do have an international business, I also always add the currency of that thing in the text of the heading of the checkout as well. Why? Because again, reassurance helps people make buying decisions. And also you don't want anyone to get a nasty surprise. If they thought it was going to be one currency and it ended up being another, people can get upset. They can feel tricked, even though you didn't mean to trick them. Also with FTC regulations, fair trading regulations in every single country, continuously increasing on how strict they are around transparency of sales. I just find that you are going to avoid getting yourself into potential hot water if at every single buying opportunity stage, you have clearly advertised the price and made it just black and white for people. You do not want disputes coming through your Stripe account because you can shut down your Stripe account. You don't want complaints. You don't want unhappy people, and you certainly don't want to go to court. So I'm just someone who's very overcautious all the time. And I always add in as much info as I can. Of course, sometimes we make mistakes and miss them, but I just try to add that in everywhere I can. Now, what on this particular template that I've given you is something called a 2-step checkout. Okay, a 2-step checkout. We've got a 3-step funnel, and on the checkout page, we've got a 2-step checkout. What does this mean? As you can see here, we've got your details, and then we've got payment. So we're asking them for their contact information only first. And then when they press go to step 2 or go to the next step, then it asks for their credit card details. Why is this my recommendation of a checkout setup? Because research tells us as a fact that globally, on average, 80% of shoppers abandon the checkout when they go to buy something. 80%, as in they go to buy something and for some reason go, whoa, oh no, not going to buy that. Cat's on fire, kids run off screaming, phone's rung, doorbell's gone off. Oh my gosh, I forgot that thing, the cooker's on fire, right? Whatever it is, they abandon the cart. When you have a 2-step checkout, you've at least collected their contact details. Even if they don't proceed with the purchase, even if they don't put in their credit card details, by simply putting their name in and pressing go to step 2, you're building your email list. And this now allows you to create an automation behind the scenes that can go and follow up with that person saying, oh no, you forgot your order. You forgot your thing. Come back and buy. You can recover up to 80% of your lost sales by turning on the abandoned cart, which you can only do if you have this 2-step checkout in place. So I just want to give you a couple of tips for just double checking if this is set up correctly for you. Now, I do recommend hiring a grown-up to just help you. If you're launching something, you want to know it's right. For $50, guys, you can get an hour with one of my tech experts. Just go to the Techmatics website, click on the services page, hire a tech expert. For $50 to make sure that all of your sales are working, that all of your checkouts are working, that all of your automations are working, it's well worth getting an hour of someone's time, okay? But I'm going to just show you how you can check this yourself. Click on your checkout. You're going to want to decide what information you do or don't want to collect depending on what you're selling. So over in the right-hand side, I'm going to make this a bit bigger for you again. On the right-hand side, when you're clicked on your checkout, you have some information here around what data you want to collect. Press the advanced button. See, it says advanced. We clicked on the checkout. We clicked on now advanced. You've got step 1 of the checkout here and step 2 of the checkout next to it. Step 1, just the information. Step 2, there's the actual payment stuff. So let's first of all check step 1. As you can see here, it says your details. You might want to have something else written there, okay? Up to you. Might just want to keep it the same. Do you want company name in there or not? If not, hide it. Right? You might want to make it as easy as possible for people to opt in. Now, I've found with purchases, people want their company name on the invoice. So I have company name kept in there. But again, the less information you have at this stage, the more data you're going to collect from people, the more likely they're going to be to opt in. Now, if you want to collect phone number, press show phone number. If you don't, press hide phone number. If you're physically shipping something, you're going to need to show shipping information. Or if you're not shipping something, do not have the address on there. All right, please just remember, would you give a stranger your phone number and your home address? No. If you want opt-ins, collect as least information as possible, okay? You only need the shipping information if you're actually posting something to somebody. Okay, got it. All right, now we have in step two, here you have other options that you might want to edit. For instance, usually the call to action. So I'd normally change the call to action to be related to whatever it is I'm selling. Get this service, get this workshop, opt in now, start now, whatever it is that's related to the thing that you're selling. You also want to decide whether or not you are going to allow people to pop in coupon codes onto your checkout. So turn that on if you're going to allow and you're going to be sharing and distributing coupon codes with people. If you are selling order bumps, turn that on. I'm not going to discuss order bumps today, but I want to let you know that inside Technatics, you can add order bumps. What is that? For those of you that don't know, this is when, for instance, if you want to say something like, add this thing on for just $9, check this box and we'll add this thing on too. You've probably seen those when you've bought stuff online. Well, again, all you would need to do is add the thing to your portal, which I'll be showing you in a second, and that will allow you to select that thing as an add-on. I'm not going to add an order bump to this. Another thing I always turn on is something called sticky contact. This means that if they are already a contact in your system, it will pre-fill their details. So it just makes, again, that whole buying process even more streamlined for your people. All right. Now, provided you've gone through and checked what settings you want on, what settings you want off, you've updated this, you're going to press save, you're going to press back, and now we're going to do the final third step of our 3-step checkout, which is going to be our thank you or our confirmation page. Same thing. So let's go and do that. Let's come back to our builder. And now we're going to click on the thank you step and press edit on the thank you page. And of course, I've done it for you. All you're going to do is click in here, edit the page. Again, change the text to whatever you want your text to be. You can see there I've actually added in for you the custom field so that it should add their name as you now have collected it in the checkout. Change to your logo, pop in your colors, any other information that you want to give them or instructions that you want to give your people. Save, publish, done. Ta-da! You now have your 3-step funnel designed. Now, the bit where you may want to get one of our team to come and help you is this. First, we've now created the funnel. But what we haven't yet done is attached our product to the funnel, as in the thing that they're buying, so that they can instantly get access to it. And there's a couple of steps we now need to do to make that happen. Number 1 is we actually need to attach the product to our checkout page. So remember, we need to have already added our product to our system, which I will show you, but I'm going to show you where you do that in here. Assuming we have added our product to the system, you need to click on this checkout section. See this on the checkout page, hover over to the right of your screen where it says products. And this is now where we press add product, press the drop down arrow, and all the things that you've added to your portal will now show. So pretend I've added my thing to the portal. I can now go in, here's my Black Friday bundle, maybe that's what I was selling, and it's now going to allow me to just select that item and press save. So now the system knows that when somebody buys whatever is on this checkout, this is the product that they need to be given access to behind the scenes. If you don't add this step, you'll have people saying, I've bought your thing, but I don't have it. All right. So please make sure that you do this step. The other thing you might want to get a grown up to just double check with you then is inside your funnel, there has this overall funnel settings. You must have a domain connected to your funnel. So your Techmatics Techspert will connect your domain for you for free in your onboarding call. Otherwise, inside if you want to hire a Techspert for an hour, they can help connect a domain, make a special subdomain for you if you want. You would see in my business, I've got workshops.sarahcordiner.com. I've got offers.sarahcordiner.com. I've got a number of different subdomains that I have connected to different funnels just for my own organizational purposes, basically. But either way, you can connect your domain here. And that is now what allows your funnel to be hosted, to be published, so that you can now say, go to learn.techmatics.com/sales page, and it will take them to this page, to this funnel, so that they can actually start the process. Woo! We just created a 3-step funnel. What? In less than an hour. That's exciting. So let's go through now the next 2 steps to start pulling this all together. We've created the 3-step funnel, our sales page, our checkout page, our thank you page. We've published it. And we now need to go through the stages of making sure that this auto delivers to our client, that they're given their access, they're sent their success confirmation email. And if they've bought a digital product, a digital file, or an onboarding area for a service, that they're automatically given access to that. How do you do it? Let me show you. We're now going to create this bit here called the holding portal. I call it the holding portal. So to do that, you're going to click on your main Techmatics dashboard, go to courses and memberships, click on the courses area and product builder. Now, just because this is called courses and products does not mean that it's restricted to courses or memberships. You can sell courses from here, of course, coaching programs, memberships. You can sell services, digital files, resources, webinar recordings. You can just make this a portal library of stuff. You can put anything in this place. If you have staff, it can be where your staff training lives. There is no limit to what you can put in here. And there's actually at the moment no limit to the amount of volume of files or videos that you can host in here either. How good is it at Techmatics? Good, huh? Loves it. Of course she does. Now, I've also created a couple of templates for you. If you are offering some kind of special consultation, a digital file or a digital product, or a membership subscription of some kind, I've actually made a couple of little templates for you in here, but I'm going to assume that you want to learn how to start from scratch. So you're going to press create a product, start from scratch, and build your own. Make sure you give your thing a name. So maybe this is the XYZ course. Okay, give it a name, press create product. You can change the name at any point. All right. You can change anything at any point. Nothing here is being tattooed on your face. All right. You can change all of this stuff. But all you're going to do is create the portal for it. Now, FYI, you don't want to issue certificates. If you set something to draft, you can see it, but nobody else can. So don't panic if you've got stuff that doesn't want to be in there. But essentially, all you're going to do now is go in and add whatever sections you want. If this was a course, I'm just going to go in and add my different lessons. Don't call them lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. Actually name them of what they are. It's a lot easier for your students to navigate. All right. If this was a workshop recording or a webinar recording, this would literally just be one single lesson with the title of the webinar or workshop. So mine would be, if you watch this in the recording, those of you watching the recording, you're already there. It will literally just say Funnels on Fire workshop recording. One category, one section, one lesson with just that one title. That's it. Okay. Boom. We've now created it. We're going to set them to published. Now, if this is a thing that's coming soon, all you're going to have inside this holder is a bit of text that says this thing is coming on X, Y, and Z dates. This is a webinar that's running on this day and time. Here's the Zoom link, for instance. If this is a service, you can upload the video. Hello, welcome to the XYZ service. Here's what's going to happen next. There's a link below to take you to your onboarding form that you need to fill out for your project to commence. If this is a course or a workshop, you're going to just upload the video right here. But either way, you need to have the holding portal there, even if you don't have the stuff or the thing ready yet, so that you can set up your automation to give access to this thing when it is ready. So assuming you've either got the holder ready, even if it's empty right now, or you've gone in and uploaded your file, your resource, your videos that these people are buying from you. Now it exists, right? We've called this XYZ course for the example. So we've now made our holding portal. Woohoo! The next thing we're going to do, our final step, is creating the workflow, the automation that delivers our thingy. And guess what? I've made one of those for you too. Woohoo! Those of you in Techmatics, I have created for you a pre-built order confirmation sequence. How do you find it? Go into your Techmatics account, click on automated workflows. Now, again, those of you using other platforms, you can do exactly what I'm about to show you in other platforms as well. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, I'm left out here. You can follow the same process for other platforms too, but it's just not as good as an all-in-one platform like Techmatics, of course. In automated workflows, I want you to go in and type in order in the search bar, order. I have created for you a template called Purchase Confirmation Order Fulfillment. Purchase Confirmation Order Fulfillment. Click on it and it's going to open up the template that I've made for you. And let me walk you through what this looks like. First of all, you've got a trigger. This is whatever it is that fires off this workflow. A trigger is what's pulling the trigger on the gun, what fires off this whole sequence of actions. Now, I'm going to tell you what the triggers are in a second because you have a different trigger if this is a free thing compared to if it's a paid thing. Your triggers are going to be different if it's free compared to if it's paid. I'll go there in a second. We have a few other steps in here. First thing we want to do is make sure if they've unsubscribed that we undo their unsubscribe so that they can actually get their thing. Believe me, I've had so many people who've bought something from me and said, I never got the email, I haven't got my access. And it turns out they'd unsubscribed at some point, so never received the confirmation email. So there is actually an automation step for that. You don't need to do anything, but basically I've made the step for you. What this will do is undo their unsubscribe so that they can receive their confirmation email. That's just a step that we add to this automation to ensure everyone gets their thing they've bought. We're assuming they're okay to receive an email from us if they bought something from us, okay? Now, the next thing we do is we move them to the correct stage in our customer journey. You do not have to do this. I'm not going to teach customer journeys today. I have another training on that. It's called Workflows That Wow, and I talk to you all about creating a customer journey. Alternatively, if you go to the Techmatics YouTube channel, I also have really in-depth training on how to create a customer journey. What this is, it's a visual graph, a visual board that shows where every single customer is at in your whole entire sales process. From the free things that you have all the way through to the most expensive things that you sell, where are they at in your overall company buying journey? That's what a customer journey is. This workflow allows you to automatically shift people through the buying journey. This is what actually calculates your company's conversion rates, which is a statistic that shows on your dashboard. So please, if you want to actually geek up on that, and I strongly recommend that you do, go to the Techmatics YouTube channel, go to playlists and click on the customer journey and or automations playlist. I've got some training on there that walks you through what all of this means, how to create a customer journey, what it should look like, how to make it, and so much more, okay? If at this stage you don't have that, just press delete, remove this step, you don't need it yet, okay? All good. What else happens here? Now, the most important part, we want to tag people. What's a tag? A tag is literally a label that you stick on your customers inside the dashboard. It's tagging them. Tagging them is Sarah Cordiner bought the XYZ workshop. Sarah lives in Australia. Sarah lives on the Gold Coast. Met Sarah at the XYZ conference. It's labels that you're giving people. Every single time that somebody opts into something, registers for something, buys something from you, tag them. Label them with a label. Why? Because behind the scenes later, you can segment, group, and organize people based on labels they have. You can send out emails only to people that have this tag. You can send special offers to people who purchase certain things, opted into certain things, live in certain locations. This makes your marketing so powerful later. So all you need to do is type in a tag. What do you want to tag them? What label do you want to stick on their heads? You just type it in. Now, here's the next important part. We want to make sure that they have automatically been granted access to whatever it is that they've purchased. So this step here, called grant offer, course grant offer, is where you do that. In here, when you have this course grant offer action, there's a drop down and you're simply selecting the thing that you want to give them access to. So there I think I created something called the XYZ course, didn't I? I don't think it's going to be in here because I didn't press save on it. But I made the XYZ course, select it, boom, save. That's now going to automatically give them access to the thing. So easy. We have the all-important confirmation email. So I've made a template for you. In here, you click on the confirmation email. I'll make this a bit bigger for you. Click on the confirmation email. It's going to open up the editing area. Put your name in there, pop your subject line in there, edit the email I've given you access to. And you will see here, I've even given the preset information for your customer being provided with their login details and with the links to the apps that they can download to watch or consume or access the thing that they've purchased from you. Because guess what? When you have a Techmatics account, your students get a free app that they can watch your courses from. How good is it at Techmatics? I know. It's amazing. So I've done it for you. Now, rule, very important. If you edit this, please press save as a new template. Otherwise, this will be updated everywhere else you're using this email. Always press save as a new template. So every single email is completely unique and it's its own singular unique version. Okay. Now, there are other things you can do here. You can wait for a certain number of days, send them another reminder, wait for more days, send them another reminder. You can send automated review requests, whatever. Next bit's all going to be very unique to you, depending on what it is that you want to do, what you want to follow up with, what you want to upsell after, right? You can now add in as many emails, wait steps, actions as you like. You can even add in things in here, like, for instance, internal notifications. You can send them a voicemail. Any of you who signed up to Techmatics, you would have instantly got a voicemail from me saying, hey, welcome to Techmatics. It's Sarah here. Hope you're having a great time. Really good to have you in the business, blah, 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 right? You can send voicemails. You can send notifications to the team. You can even add in tasks and assign the tasks to the contact list. There's a million and one things you can do here, including even messaging them on Instagram and all sorts of fancy things. You can do lead scoring, i.e. giving them points. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here that I do cover a lot more in my Workflows That Wow workshop. If you're a Legends Lab member, it's on your dashboard. But there are also lots of trainings on workflows on the Techmatics YouTube channel under the Automations and Workflows playlist. But essentially, they're the main steps underneath. Let's now talk about the all-important trigger. If you are giving away a thing for free, remember that you had an opt-in form on that front page. So your trigger is called form submitted. And you're going to go and select the form that you've made that signed them up for that thing. If you sold something, which in today's example we did, you'll see here I've made a post-it note for you. The trigger needs to be called payment received. So your trigger is type in payment and there's payment received. Can you see that action there? Payment received. And then we're going to say payment received for what? We need to press add a filter to tell the system what funnel was a sale made on. What funnel, what sale is this whole workflow related to? So press filters and you're going to go and press global product and your global product is, and then you're going to go and find your thing, XYZ webinar. So we've now told the system it's for the XYZ webinar and the payment status is success. When we're triggering a workflow for something that somebody has purchased, the trigger is payment received for this particular product and the payment was successful. All got that? Yes. I have popped this as a note on the system. This means that this workflow will only fire off if the payment was successful. So only the actual paying people will get all of these tags, will receive the access, the confirmation emails, be granted access to the thingy, and so on. You're going to press publish and save. And my darling friends, you now have yourself your very own 3-step sales funnel that is super duper professional, high converting, and has automated the entire process in no more than 60 minutes and almost just over 70 minutes whilst I was teaching. Who thinks they can do that? Yes, of course you can. I would love to know in the comments, how many people here came here today thinking they couldn't do this and now thinks they can? Give me a yes in the comments if you can now create a funnel. Amazing. We've got Sherry saying amazing. Is this less scary now than you thought it was going to be? Give us a yes in the comments if this feels less scary. Give me a yes in the comments if this feels now doable, possible. When maybe 60 minutes ago, it may have felt like complete gobbledygook and a whole other world. You can do this. Now, this whole session has been recorded. The recording is going to be available actually on the very same link that you've clicked to be here if you're here live. So give it about 6 minutes to buffer and you'll be able to instantaneously come back and watch this. For those of you who want to come back and watch this on another day, this will be uploaded into my portal. As you've signed up for this, you will be sent an email, the one you've just seen, that will give you access to the portal where you will also find the slides from today as well. I really hope that you found this helpful. One of the things I will send you guys is a request for a review on Google. It would mean a great deal to me if you would be kind enough to take 2 seconds to leave a review. As you all know, it's very important in business and in the world of tech and marketing. There are a lot of bad players out there, and there are a lot of people who are very mistrusting of coming on platforms like this out of fear it's going to be a giant sales pitch. I haven't even done one of those to you today. However, I am going to say this. If you want your life to change for the better, you want to make more money, if you want to streamline your business and put all of your stuff on autopilot, come and join Techmatics. We care. We've got a 24-hour support team. We set you up for free, and it's the best platform out there. And I'm not just saying that because I own it. I'm saying that because we have literally the most awarded all-in-one CRM platform in Australia. We're built on the high-level platform, and we are the only female business out of 70,000 SaaS owners on that platform that won the Platinum Award this year. So this is not just by my own definition and bias. It is actually by evidence results. We have cybersecurity. We have 24-hour in-house support. We have GDPR certification. We have over 60 years worth of collective experience in our leadership team. Unlike a lot of the other platforms out there, we have sustained more than 3 years running in this space, which is very difficult to do in the tech world. Most tech companies don't last more than 12 months. And we have supported thousands of businesses in setting up all of their tech so that you have the safety, the security, and the knowledge that you are being looked after by a company that cares and has the experience, the infrastructure, and the team behind you to make you succeed and make you love your tech. My darling friends, come and join us in Techmatics. I hope you found that helpful. Tell all of your friends. Send this recording to everybody. I'm more than happy for you to share this link around with all of your friends. It would really help me get in front of more people. Otherwise, happy teching, happy creating. Love you lots, and may you have incredibly successful fancy funnels on fire for the rest of time. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ellie said that Techmatics has been pivotal to her business growing. I'm so grateful. Helen said, you had me as somebody that cares. I absolutely do. Thank you. Absolutely love it. I've got it. I've got it. Sarah, the best explanation ever. Thank you very much, Harry. Please tell all your friends to come and join and watch the recording of this. It would mean a great deal to me indeed. See you all soon. Bye.